Sir, with your kind permission, I rise to report that the Lok Sabha at its sitting held on 6th April 2022 passed the Weapons of Mass Destruction and Their Delivery Systems Prohibition of Unlawful Activities Amendment Bill 2022. I lay a copy of the said bill on the table.
Thank you. Now special mentions, Sri Jawahar Sarkar ji. Please. माननीय सदस्यगण स्पेशल मेंशन हो रहा है, प्लीज हाउस
I take it as late, sir.
प्लीज ले, थैंक यू। आप पढ़ दें
स्टेट पढ़ता
किसको देना है?
10-15 गांधी स्टेट
ये ले कर दिया हूँ। श्री फूलो देवी नेताम एसोसिएट
अध्यक्ष महोदय, एनबीसीसी द्वारा घटिया निर्माण कार्य से पीड़ित सेवानिवृत्त कर्मचारी को न्याय दिलाने के संबंध में मैं ले करती हूँ।
थैंक यू,
धन्यवाद।
श्री संजय राउत जी। माननीय संजय राउत जी, प्लीज। हाँ, माइक प्लीज, माइक। हाँ, it's on.
I am laying the special mention regarding need to establish fast track development tribunal in the country.
Thank you. Susmita Dev ji, please.
Sir, are we allowed to read or?
Yes, you can read.
Can I? Yes. Text updation of National Register of Citizens was conducted in Assam under the supervision of the Supreme Court. A draft NRC was published on 30th July 2018, leaving out 40,70,707 persons as ineligible for inclusion. Wide order dated 13th August 2019, the Supreme Court directed the NRC coordinator to set up a security regime for NRC biometric data as per Aadhaar regime. On 31st August 2019, a final list of NRC was released. 21 lakh people were included and about 19 lakh were left out, sir. The biometrics have been withheld of about 26 lakh people, including those whose names appeared in the NRC final draft list, citing the modalities. Clause 9 of the said modalities state that once the final NRC has been published, persons who are included in it will be given an Aadhaar number as citizens. However, that has not happened on the grounds that the process of claims and objections have to be completed, which can take a long time. As a consequence, lakhs of people are deprived of basic amenities connected to Aadhaar, even though they are not declared as foreigners, depriving them from their fundamental right of life, livelihood, education, and prevents access to government schemes requiring mandatory Aadhaar registration. The court has stated that no coercive action shall be taken against the people left out of the NRC until final notification. The central government should take steps either in court or other legislative action to release the biometric data and remove this anomaly. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Susmita ji. माननीय सदस्यगण, अगर आपकी अनुमति हो तो फौजिया खान जी को कुछ आवश्यक काम से बाहर जाना है, तो उन्हें पहले मैं पढ़ने की इजाजत दे दूं। फौजिया जी।
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir. I would like to throw light onto the growing issue of a relatively untapped disability, which is the learning disability. Learning disabilities constitute a heterogeneous group of disorders of which the center impairment is cognitive processing. While there has been no macro-level study to estimate the prevalence of such learning disabilities amongst children, multiple independent studies calculate the range of its occurrence between 10 and 12% of the school-going population. Roughly, this translates into at least 4 children in a classroom with learning disabilities. This issue gets further complicated due to the lack of teacher awareness, of clear-cut assessment procedures, or indigenous tools for assessment of processing deficits, intelligence testing, and testing for proficiency in reading and writing. Having said that, learning disability being relatively newly recognized in India, there are still no clear-cut and commonly accepted assessment procedures, policies, or indigenous tools to diagnose LD in India. and if not addressed, we stand to lose out on a significant chunk of the literate population from the future productive workforce of the country. Hence, the government needs to formulate a constructive policy in this regard under the ambit of the Mental Health Care Act, as well as an educational law must be brought in for this. This would ensure the much deprived support that could turn schools and educational institutions into inclusive and accessible spaces for all, sir.
Thank you
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Dr. Binay P. Sahasrabuddhe.
Particular subject as special mention on the table of the House, which is about developing a prudent ecosystem for e-sports, including legally permissible e-gaming. This has earlier also been mentioned over here, but I would like to draw the attention of the House to the fact that out of the 8 games that are medal sports in the Asian Games 2022, 2 are banned in India by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology due to data pilferage concerns. What is required is to have a more holistic outlook towards esports and gaming, and in that regard, there has to be some efforts on the part of the government to ensure that India's flag is represented and players are selected for these tournaments in fair and transparent manner. I request that wider consultations need to be held to develop a prudent esports ecosystem in India to further economic growth as well as job creations.
Thank you. Sri Muhammad Nadimul Haq ji.
Thank you, sir. My special mention is need to address the lags under the Jal Mission project. The Union government has set a target of 49 million households to provide pipe water connections under Jal Mission in financial year 2021-22. All other states, it ranked first among all states in terms of providing tap water connections to households since November 2021. Bengal has provided tap water connection to approximately 23 lakh households in the current fiscal year and has set a target of providing tap water connections to. I urge the government to take steps to ensure that the work under the Jal Mission project is